Chafing Armor Podcast, Episode 6. Once more into the dark. Welcome back to the Chafing Armor Podcast. I'm your host, Michael, and with me tonight is Izzy. Izzy, tell everyone who you will be playing.
Hello, everyone. For the first time in 6,000 years, I return to play Gideon, the definitely non-Illithid-related rogue.
Well, Izzy has had several things that have kept them from recording, not least of which graduating from college and also moving and also being out of the country. So I think you've got some pretty good excuses for being a little absent. However, speaking of that...
Also, I just hate all of you, and I think you're all stinky.
Yes.
That's the truth, and nothing but the truth.
And send all of those emails to izzy@chafingarmor.com. Just kidding, that is not a real email.
That is not a real email address.
But what is real is Gideon. And we have something special for all of you, and we are going to go into that now. Izzy, if you would look at the thing, we are going to do a dramatic reenactment.
No shit.
3 years ago, in the depths of a hidden cavern, 13 clicks from the city of spiders in the Underdark.
Huh. What am I?
Hello, Gideon.
What are you?
I am a sliver of consciousness of Lasramok, Knight of the Gilded God. You can call me your father.
I don't understand. Why am I so hungry?
All will be explained in time. For now, I need you to do two things for me. First, I need you to put on that necklace. Never take it off. So long as you wear it, your enemies will not be able to find you.
How can I have enemies? I don't even know anyone.
Enemies can take many forms. But I am your mentor, your friend, and yes, in a very real way, your father. You must journey far today, without rest, and make your way to the surface. Dusk Hollow awaits. It will be dangerous, and you will need to stay in the shadows, but with skill and luck, and being a sneaky little roguish one, you will be a great agent of change. My Gideon, my son.
But there's still so much I don't know. I don't understand anything.
But you will, in time. And it will get better after every meal. Oh, that's the second thing. You have a long journey, and you need to keep your strength up, my boy. I've left a little snack for you outside at the cave. He was a real fighter, but smart. That's just what a growing child like you needs. Nourishment. Now, get dressed, keep on that amulet, and don't worry, we shall meet again. And as the elves say, bon appetit.
So hungry.
As Gideon steps outside, a drow assassin is thoroughly tied, his gag just starting to loosen. We open in Dusk Hollow. Right after the events that you witnessed, Gideon, where this dark night came in, where you and these strange adventurers managed to defeat her against all odds, even though it seemed like you would all be utterly destroyed, you managed to take her down. What happened immediately after was this strange tabaxi maid came in and essentially shooed you all out, but not before a knight came in. Someone that you recognized, even though it was just a shimmering form of him. It was Lasramok. Am I saying that right?
No, the M and the R sound are switched.
Yes.
Lasramok.
Lasramok, right?
I gave a character name, a hard to pronounce character name, to my poor father, who famously struggles reasonably with pronunciation.
Lasramok.
That was
So he came in and he claimed you as his son and said that he had need of you. And while the party went outside, he said that he needed you to come with him, but said that they would see you again. And as he led you off, he said, "Well, my boy, it's been, 3 years now?"
I mean, I haven't exactly been keeping track of time, but that sounds right.
Well, if I may say, it seems like you've grown. If not in stature, then in wisdom. I see that you are a sneaky one. I was paying a little bit of attention to your earlier little scuffle, and I must say I was impressed. Now, to business. I need your help, my boy. I have a very simple transaction that I need to do, and I need you to keep guard for me. Can you do that?
Incredible. I absolutely. yes, absolutely.
Of course. Come right this way. I'm going to be meeting with a few gentlemen, and I don't mind telling you that they are somewhat of an unsavory bunch and not entirely trustworthy. So I'm going to make sure that everything is on the up and up. So I want you to stay hidden and make sure that I'm all right, okay? Now, everything should go...
Absolutely.
Well, I knew I could count on you. Everything should go just fine. But what you're looking for is if it looks like someone's going to betray me, particularly if they're going to try to slip a dagger in the back of my ribs. All right?
Oh, God, is that... Do people do that?
Oh, I know, it's hard to believe. Now, you might learn a little bit or two from some of these gentlemen. They are quite, roguish, might I say. But you're going to do fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the statue of Gideon the Mad at the town square. It's obviously, as you both know, it's very, very late at night. And these gentlemen are going to be meeting me. And if all goes well, all ends well. But if not, well, I've got you for backup, don't I?
Gideon pulls out his dagger. Absolutely.
Perfect.
I don't remember what character voice I was doing for Gideon, a month ago, but I've kind of got this, like, Midoriya thing going on, so I guess that's what I'm going for right now.
Hey, character voices are a work in progress. I'm definitely sure that this Gilded Knight was different when I did him last time, so you're fine. So there is a typical town square. There is a statue. The statue is made of stone, and it has a dwarf on top of it. He has a face of utter ecstasy on his... He is so happy and so exuberant, and he is walking on a pair of stilts. And the stilts of the statue are actually made of wood, and yet they are strong enough to hold up this stone statue. And the only... notation at the base is it says Gideon the Mad. But obviously you've seen this since you've lived in Dusk Hollow your entire life. But you never knew the origin of it. You've never gotten to know anyone well enough to ask them about it. But it is just one of those strange things about Dusk Hollow.
That I should have asked you off the air. What level is Gideon supposed to be right now?
So right now you are level 1.
Okay, yeah. Yes. Cool.
So, what I want to ask you is imagining a town square and imagining Lasramok walking out to this statue. Where would you like to position yourself?
I'm imagining there might be things besides the statue in the town square, such as bushes.
Oh, yes.
I think Gideon's first thought would be to hide in bushes.
Gotcha. So... I would
Some
absolutely...
dramatically goth, like, rose bushes kind of wilted.
Dusk Hollow is a little... It's definitely got that sort of, like, medieval town kind of feel, but like a little more like Eastern European, and it's got a little bit of a Gothic architecture going. So I like that. So what I would love to get from you is a stealth check.
Crazy. A stealth check from a rogue. How could I ever do this? That's a 22.
22. So
as a 15 plus 7.
Tell me what does it look like or not look like when you're hiding in this bush?
I think that an important part about hiding in a bush isn't just that you can't see him, but that no attention is drawn, that as he's maneuvering there, that he is very slow and quiet, and that he is able to stay nearly perfectly still. I've never actually had to hide in a bush in real life, so if anybody out there in the audience has hidden in a bush and is like, no, you're getting it all wrong, then, sorry.
Yes, if you do have any suggestions, email Izzy at Chafing Armor. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That is not a real email. Not a real email. At puppies.supplies. No, just kidding. So you are perfectly hiding in that. You've got one arm extended so that, one, you can keep the bush just tiniest bit open, but also so that you can keep your hand ready to move if necessary. And as you watch your father standing out there, he is a knight. He is wearing partial plate and chainmail armor, and his armor is shot through with gilding. You suspect that it probably is really gold in some places, but it is a very functional armor as well. He also has a glorious iron beard, dark black in some places, gray in other places, and salt and pepper.
Not literally iron.
No, not literally iron. That would be so cool. No, his hair is clearly used to be blonde, but has gone to gray, but in the most impressive way possible. And it sways beautifully in the wind.
This dude's majestic as hell is what you're saying.
This is exactly what I'm saying. So since the listeners have not got a chance to hear in a little while, as they are proverbially peeking in this bush, tell them what they see.
Gideon is, he looks like a human. He's kind of shortish, average height for a dude. Gideon isn't a dude because, based on the way I saw the Forgotten Realms wiki, his species doesn't really have a gender, but his human disguise looks like a dude, and he eventually figured out the difference between, like, different human disguises, so to speak. He's got dark hair with, like, premature gray streaks, and a delightful little pointy, like, Robin Hood mustache and goatee. He's got, like, kind of an unhealthy looking complexion to his skin. He looks kind of sickly and with dark bags under his eyes, but like slightly unnatural little pale glint to his eyes. Obvious in the reference image I'm staring at. I mean, he's got a jaunty little ponytail. He's kind of a weird looking dude.
Something a little off about him, perhaps.
Perhaps. He's wearing, like, light leather armor. I suck at outfit design, so don't ask me any details. I don't have them. They're not there.
Name every stud in the armor. No.
That's me.
No.
I'm the stud.
Boom. So there is one additional detail, and that is as your hand is extending outwards, for the first time that you've ever known, you have, without fail, without question, well, I shouldn't say without question, you've probably wondered more once or twice or 500 times, you feel a slight pulse come from the amulet around your neck. And your arm flickers for a moment, and you see dark, ashy, gray skin. And I do want to note this because obviously the day that you woke up was a singular moment. Your arm was a different color.
Oh!
Yeah, it was perhaps you might say like a sickly greenish color.
Bluish teal.
Yes,
beast.
Bluish teal.
I see.
This is like an ashy, dark, almost like a sickly lavender. But it is not what your arm has been before. And then that flickers again, and it goes back to your human color.
I see.
You also notice the fingers were a little bit longer and slightly less human looking for a moment. As you look back up again, and you see that a figure is approaching Lasramok. So what I would really like is for you to further give me a perception check to see how much you can hear.
Yes, indeed. That's a 14.
14? So with a 14, you absolutely can hear it. You just can't hear everything. But you definitely get the gist of what's being said. They are greeting each other. Lasmarok is being very avuncular and easygoing, but you perhaps notice, like, you don't know him, obviously, but you sense like a slight tension to him. This gentleman, he has a very narrow face. He has a long ponytail, human, introduces himself as Sly Silas, he calls himself. And yes, he makes a note to say, "You can call me Sly Silas. Good to see you." And he is
Good to know.
He is flipping a gold coin in his hand while he's talking. And he says, You got the payment?" Of course I have the payment. I just want to make sure that you've got the information, good sir. Of course, I got it right here. And he snaps his fingers, and out of another bush from the other side of the square, literally out of the bush, and you think, man, I'm really glad I didn't hide in that one, comes another guy, and he is like really stout. He's not fat. He's just stout. He's like Wolverine, you know. And he's constantly his hands are like moving constantly. They're going from to fro. He's patting like his belt and his dagger at his side. And he's also got a scroll tucked in his belt. And Silas, Sly Silas, says, meet my partner. His name is Twitch, is what we call him. But Finn will do. Apparently these people love nicknames.
Clearly.
He says he's got the goods for you, exactly what you're looking for. Just let's do a little exchange, and everything will go perfectly. And this is where I would love you to give me your third roll, which would be a perception check for something else.
How about an insight? Or I should do a perception check because I have a +1 in perception and a +0 in insight.
Well, this is definitely perception, not insight. Insight would be seeing what they're up to, but this is literally perceiving what's happening.
19.
19. Very nice. Well, and very fortunate. So, this Sly Silas, he came stealthily out of the shadows. And of course, this Twitch Finn came out of the bushes. But this last one came from a rat. Or I should say, literally, a rat came tweeting up behind Lasmarok, and then transformed into a human with a rat-like face. And he is...
Gideon has to stop himself from gasping at how cool that is.
Well, as cool as it is, Rorik the rat is about to slide his blade in between your father's ribs.
I have a short bow.
I would love for you to roll for initiative.
I.e., my initiative modifier. That is an 18.
And is that with your modifier?
Yes. Okay. I was trying to remember where to find any of the numbers on my character sheet.
Okay. So you do get to take a bonus action because you rolled high enough that you perceived what is happening. So I'm going to let you take one bonus attack. And you do get to take it at advantage because you successfully stealthed.
Mm-hmm. And because I'm a rogue, because I have advantage, which I think I get if they can't see me anyways.
I believe so.
I get to add to. I think this number is to damage, or is it for? Awesome. I'm pretty sure that's to damage. Yeah. All right. So the attack roll is a 24.
Nice, that definitely hits.
Because I rolled a 19.
Who are you attacking? I'm assuming the rat. But
the rat.
Yes. Okay.
And this is with my short bow, which has a 80-foot range, anywhere from 80 to 320 feet.
Yes, you're well within range.
Let's see. Or I guess it's. I'm pretty sure 80 to 320 is an incorrect. But you know what I mean. Yeah, so that was going to be. That is 7 damage for that first attack.
Okay. Total?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I get advantage on that second attack, since now they will have definitely noticed me.
Yes, you do not get advantage. And in fact, we are going to full initiative now. So they also. I rolled all 3 of them together. And they actually rolled higher than you. But, and you rolled an 18 total, but they rolled 18 plus their bonuses. But
I think I actually still end up, I will end up getting my thief bonus on that upcoming attack. But yeah, go on.
But
because Lasramok is there.
Lasramok rolled a 20. And
nice.
So he hears the twang, the soft twang of your short. Is it you say bow or crossbow?
Short bow.
Short bow. Yes, of your short bow, and the cry of Rorik the rat as it plunges into his shoulder, the one that was holding the knife that was about to go into the ribs. And Lasramok says, "What devilry is this?" And he reaches and he pulls out a long sword. And the longsword glimmers with magic as he attacks.
Oh, yeah, baby.
But he does not attack Rorik. He goes for Sly Silas, who is standing right in front of him. And with his bonuses, that is going to hit. He actually didn't roll super good, but with his bonuses, that is going to hit. He rolls a 1, so he actually ends up doing 5 points of slashing damage, but when he does, the sword kind of glimmers for a moment. You see like a black, almost like black lightning plays at the area of the wound, and well, he is rolling crap. It does 1 point of necrotic damage as it
incredible
slurps up some of his life. Those were some incredibly low rolls that he did. For his next attack, though, he brings his sword back around to Silas, and he gets a 2. He actually misses. I think he was so surprised that this is the moment that you've been waiting for to see your progenitor in action, and he's just. He's not even doing terrible. He's just doing okay, and that's not what you were expecting.
No. This is like a hero worship sort of situation. Like,
Yeah. So Rorik turns towards you and he takes his dagger and flings it at you and starts running straight towards you, reaching into his sides to pull out more weapons.
Well, my AC is 14.
Well, he rolled an 11, and that is not quite high enough.
No.
Not quite.
I learned this in grade school.
That's sorry, but he rolled 11 plus his bonuses, but it's not quite high enough. So tell me, how do you avoid this dagger flying at you?
I think he just ducks down flat.
Mm-hmm. It just drops. There's no like trying to parry it out of the air or anything. He's just like, ah!
He's not quite cool enough for that yet.
He is level 1. That will bring it to Twitch. He brings his hands up in a defensive position and strikes multiple times at Lasramok's chest, trying to get around the edges, but he's just too well armored. These unarmed strikes that Twitch is doing are just utterly failing against this armored knight. You think that it you're like, ooh, that would probably hurt if that was hitting me, but
yeah.
But Lasramok is unbothered by it. And did I have Silas? I don't think I had Silas. No, Silas didn't attack. Silas is going to pull out a short sword and a dagger. Oh my god, this dungeon master is his second one actually does hit. However, it only does. Oh, so he rolled maximum damage, which is 4. So he does. he strikes with his short sword and is easily parried by Lasramok. But he actually takes his dagger and, doing what Rorik could not, and just jabs it into the side where the armor joints, and you see him wince in pain.
Owies.
And that will bring it back up to the top of the order, which... Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's your turn.
I don't think Gideon's is gone yet.
Yeah, you have not gone yet. Go for it.
Let's see. I'm going to do a cool thing called... Gideon very quickly lurches up and in a very sort of... I'm imagining him in a kind of wimpy position here, but he is going to try very hard to jab his short sword at this guy coming straight at him. Seems like the reasonable response to this situation.
Makes sense to me.
Let's see. That is 17.
17 will definitely hit this guy who is only wearing the lightest of armor, even lighter than you. He's basically got a jerkin on.
That is... I rolled max damage, so that is 9 total.
9 total. Ooh. Tell me how you dispatch Rorik the Rat.
Holding his sword kind of right in front of him, going, ah! And running at him faster than he can react. And it just happens to jab him right in the perfect place, slides right in them rib cages, slides right in their ribs. He goes limp on Gideon's short sword, and he's like, whoa, holy crap. Oh man, I didn't know I could do that.
I love it. And you do see Lasramok, despite the fact that he is currently engaged with 2 opponents, glance back at you, and he just does the very slightest nod of approval.
Woo! Okay, that means everything to him.
And he says, "Oh, all right, enough of this." And wow.
Does he roll really good?
He rolls really bad. He rolls really bad. And he misses. I think that what it is Sly is so defensive now. Is so, like, after, especially like out of the corner of his eye, he saw Rorik go down. He's like, ah! And so he's like on full defensive. And Lasramok is expecting to just finish him, to like behead him. And he is so like out of the way that he's not doing it. That will bring it to Twitch, who He actually manages to get 1 strike in. Does 5 points of damage. So that's 9 total to Lasramok. And, it definitely, like, what it essentially comes down to is he feints to the side and palm strikes Lasramok right in the face. Just straight up. And you actually hear, like, his nose crunch a little bit with the punch. And coming up off that defensive round is Sly, who just is pathetic. He tries to come in with his short sword, and it is nothing. Like he wants to run, but he realizes as if he turns around, he's dead, and so he is terrified to do so. No, actually, I'm going to amend that because that's not what he would do. Sly slides to the side and pushes Twitch into Lasramok. And then this is his disengage action, and he just turns and just bolts. He just runs as fast as he can, and he is heading for the darkness of the bushes.
I see.
And that will bring it to your turn.
Gideon would like to volley his short bow at Sly.
Okay.
That is... I'm rolling good today, 21.
That will definitely hit.
And he is now far away. He is now no longer within melee range of Lasramok, right?
No.
Cool. So that means my damage is... Damn, this dice rolling app really loves me. That is 9 damage.
Tell me what it looks like when you take down Silas with this short bow shot.
Gideon, shoots up, and in his excitement, totally betraying his roguish nature, cries out, "I got it!" And, twang, right between the shoulder blades.
That is very impressive, my boy. Very, very impressive.
Awesome.
And he's conversational, and then he goes like, "Sorry, I do apologize. I forgot." And misses again. My rolls are dog shit tonight. He rolled a 5. I don't know. He's
landed 1 attack.
He's landed 1 attack. 1 attack with minimum damage. He has just done so poorly, and now he's like, well, this is just not. This is not crickety cricket. This is unacceptable. And with his second attack, he rolls a 2. I can't make this up. I'm not making this up. This is actually what's happening.
Oh my god.
Twitch.
Sometimes the rolls dictate the narrative for you,
Yep.
huh?
Twitch sees this as his opportunity. He goes in for the kill and just goes full on monk, just and just flurry of blows, going all natural 20. Natural 20.
Oh wow.
Holy.
Oh wow.
Shnikes. He rolled low, but that is doubling everything. That's actually 10 points of damage. So they have done 19 points of damage to Lasramok, and he just and then he does his last one, and it actually spins Lasramok, and he stumbles to the ground like on one knee because he hits so hard, and you see blood flowing freely from his nose and his busted lip. He is actually like...
And what color is that blood?
That is a great question.
I assume red because he's under the effect of Alter Self? Or something is something similar to Gideon's situation?
Something similar to Gideon's situation. Which, again, as you are rounding up for this final round of combat, you feel a... And you look down, and you actually see that one of your legs is that teal green. And just as quickly, back again. And it is
Gideon crouches.
It is your turn.
Gideon is pretty confused about what's going on here. This is all a lot for the boy. How far away is he from the action?
You're really not too far away now, especially you kind of stepped into the area. You're probably about 20 feet away.
Okay, cool. I have 30-foot range. He's gonna... okay, the guy who's still alive is Twitch, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's going to run up and try and get Twitch with his short sword. I gotcha! And he rolls a 15 total.
That hits.
Nice.
He is a monk, but he's not a high-level monk.
Mm-hmm. That is 6 total damage.
You get him good. It's a good solid shot into his chest, and he grunts and stumbles backwards, but he is still up and kicking. And that will actually...
That is the end of his turn.
That will bring it to Lasramok, who looks up and says, "Enough!" Reaches out a hand and just gestures at Twitch. Twitch needs to make a saving throw. He does not succeed. Twitch freezes in place. He is stock still. You see his eyes are bulging in fear, but he cannot move. He cannot do anything. You are not even sure how aware he is. And for the moment, the combat is over. And Lasramok stands up and kind of dusts himself off and says, "Well, my boy, you certainly did accord yourself. Well done."
You seemed to, struggle there, sir.
Well, my boy, in my current state, I'm somewhat of a disadvantage, shall we say. It's a bit like fighting underneath a heavy blanket, shall we say. You know, it's just not quite conducive to my normal skills and aptitudes, and I appreciate all of your help. It was all the more reason that I wanted you here this evening, and you have been so very helpful. And now comes the reward. Would you be just...
What were you...
Oh?
What were you trying to get from them?
Why, I was trying to get something to help you, my lad. And he reaches and he pulls the scroll out of the pocket or the belt of Twitch and opens it up and smiles. And he says, Valerius. Perfect. Well, I'm going to have to go on a little bit of a, I don't know how else to put it, a side quest, you might say. But I have an important mission for you, my lad.
Anything.
Have you noticed recently any issues with your necklace?
I have. I this has never happened before, but I looked wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I could feel it giving off an energy, and then, but then it was gone.
Yes, well, the enchantment on that necklace is very powerful. Unfortunately, it is also limited, time-wise, and it is reaching its end. And as it reaches its end, its ability to hide you from prying eyes will begin to fail randomly. However, I have identified another necklace for you. A better one that will last even longer. All you have to do is go and take it.
I see.
I will give you all of the details. These fine young gentlemen have found it for us. But first, why don't we go to that nice, dark corner over there? The one thing that I have not had a chance to do yet with my fine son is enjoy a meal. And his eyes slowly turn and look dead into Twitch's eyes. And we cut to later that evening. Lasramok is gone. He said that he has to see a man about a key. But he left the scroll with you. He also left you 5 gold, just to, as he said, for traveling expenses. And you were not injured, but if you were, you would be completely healed after your fine dinner. You also find... question, of course, entirely up to you. Did you want to, in any way, search the bodies? Up to you.
Yes, I think that Gideon, even before he was ever doing anything sort of adventure-y, has probably searched dead bodies before, being an urchin in a spooky city, living on his own. So I think that would probably make sense to him.
All right, so that is another perception check.
I do believe that's a 4.
A 4. Well, you do find, because it's kind of hard to miss, an additional, what amounts to 2 gold. So please add that to your total as well. But unfortunately, you do not find anything else of tremendous value. They do have a few other weapons if you want to take a dagger, for instance, or that sort of thing. But everything else that you find is not particularly helpful.
I will take the other dagger because daggers can be thrown, and that is useful.
And it's a good dagger. It's a good dagger, and it is made for throwing. In fact, it was thrown at you, so you know it's good at that. It was. What is on the scroll is a short dissertation that there is a city that is halfway between Dusk Hollow and Ruby Morn, which is the capital of Hyboria. This is a well-to-do city. It is a city that is a prosperous trade route, and it is called Sterling Way. And in Sterling Way is a well-to-do family. Technically, they rank as minor nobles, minor knights. Their family name is Valerius. That is the father and mother, in the notes, say that the father and mother are Julian and Elara, and they have a child named Seraphina. And it is Seraphina that has the necklace. And it is your task, as Lasramok puts you, you need to make your way to Sterling Way, find this family, and you need to take the necklace from this child. Now, the question is, are you going to walk there, or are you going to try to engage any other type of travel?
Am I walking there or paying?
Yes.
I think Gideon would want to hold on to this money for as long as possible and try to do whatever he can for free. He doesn't have. I don't think he has as much to worry about buying food rations as. Well, I don't know. I don't know if we've established if his body is human enough in necklace form to need human food. We might have talked about it already, because obviously he's human enough that he doesn't have dark vision, which has always been my go-to point because it's right there on my character sheet.
So a part of that is that you do indeed need to eat normal food, just not as frequently as normal people.
Well, I guess in my starting equipment, I do have 5 days worth of rations. And knowing the way that, honestly, most D&D campaigns go, this might be the only time that it will contextually come up that I have, say, 5 days worth of rations and a lantern, 2 flasks of oil. I don't think I do not appear to have a tent, though. But, he'll make do.
Well, it is the middle of the night. It's essentially like 2 a.m. right now. But so if you do want to purchase anything, obviously you would have to wait until the shops are open in the morning. Nothing is open now. Obviously, if you want to steal something, you could try to do that now, which has its own.
I suppose, well, is he going to be able to get to how long are we talking between Sterling Way and Dusk Hallow?
So that is your 5 days of rations is relevant because it is about 3 days of travel by foot. And that's traveling pretty hard, based on what Lasramok told you. It's about 3 days. 3 days travel. And of course, if you either charter a ride or purchase a horse, which you don't have the money to purchase a horse. But if you got some kind of ride, it would be significantly faster, but of course would cost money.
Oh man, I feel like Gideon would hold on to the money, but it's probably going to be pretty boring for the listener to not move the story along quicker.
Every decision is its own decision.
We're going to have a cool random encounter with some dogs in the woods now. You're welcome, guys. Yeah, I think he would hold on to the money. I think it would be like, we've got transportation at home, and the transportation at home is his 2 feet.
All right. So you heading straight out?
Yep.
All right.
He doesn't have a place he lives. I don't think he has stuff. He has the stuff that's in his backpack. So probably he has a hiding place where he keeps a backpack, and he grabs that.
Gotcha. So, with your backpacketed, would you like to roll a D100, or would you like me to?
I got my D100 button right here.
Let's see it.
Boop. That's lucky number 98.
Wow, 98.
And as we know in Dungeons & Dragons, high numbers is always good on a D100.
That's right. So you make your way. The weather is actually pretty nice. It's fall. It's brisk, but it's not cold in this area. There are signs after signs after signs warning you about north and south of you, because if you stray too far either way, you enter what is known as the Shrouded Maw, especially to the north. And there is no way to accidentally wander into the Shrouded Maw unless it was heavy fog or something like that. So you are easily...
Does it get visibly spooky?
It's more desolate. It's not there's a giant graveyard and woo, kind of thing. But it's definitely got a desolate look to it, but it's more that it's just wild. You can't really see anything for miles and miles in those directions. And it's technically the Shrouded Maw is to the north. However, it's just that the path kind of meanders a little bit. You definitely know this as someone who's lived in Dusk Hallow for 3 years, even though your interactions with others has been limited, is that it is well known that there are terrible things in the Shrouded Maw, that people who go there tend to not come back. It is also generally understood that there's probably treasure and riches and hidden knowledge there, but it's not worth dying.
It's not a level 1 adventure.
Yeah, exactly. It's like straying into where everything is red to you. But the real mystery of the Shrouded Maw is not that. It's the fact that nothing from the Shrouded Maw comes into Dusk Hallow. Or more specifically, nothing comes into Dusk Hallow or on the roads that are between Dusk Hollow and Massgate and Ruby Morn and, of course, Sterling Way. Is as long as you stay on the path, none of that. It's not that you can't be attacked by something else or that you can't be attacked by bandits or anything. But
like what I'm sure is about to happen with my 98.
As you're walking,
fun stuff.
You see a figure in the distance walking towards you.
Is it clear that they have seen me?
You think you are hidden. Where are you hiding?
The bushes. Again with the bushes. Gideon loves. He's really good at it, and it just anywhere that Gideon is, he always needs to be near some bushes to hide in, I guess. I mean, like, I think that if he gets caught, he is going to pretend that what he just did was duck behind foliage to nonchalantly relieve his human bladder that he has, because he's a human. That's where his mind's at.
Gotcha. So the figure is coming by. It appears to be an elder elf, which is crazy when you think about how old elves are. An older elf. He's got a sort of an orangey cloak. Comes by and he's tapping his cane in front of him, a little bit like someone who's blind, but you get, like, I don't know, some other kind of feeling. And he pauses and he turns over and looks in your direction and he goes, "Yeah, you taking a whiz or what?"
Yep, just finishing up right now. Man, that was a good whiz. Zip?
Yeah, better out than in.
Yeah, that's always, you're so right. Better out than in. I like that. I like that a lot.
I wish I could say I made it up, but that's an old one. Come on out here. I mean you no harm. I just wanted to get a good look at you.
Whatever is the reason, sir. Gideon steps forward a little bit.
And he turns, and he is an old elf. You don't know how many hundreds of years he is, and it's only towards the very end of an elf's life when they really start to show their age. But his face is a mesh of fine wrinkles, and his skin has taken on a leathery, and his eyes have become sunken. And he looks at you and he says, "Because I need to tell you to repent of your sins."
Oh, you know, I've never been a part of a faith before. What kind of sins are we talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. You know what you've done. What's the matter? Don't have anything to eat.
I have food if you're hungry, sir.
I don't want what you offer. And he turns and he walks away.
Wait, I laughed it out of character there, but I actually think I'm giving that to Gideon. That's terrible. This is terrible for him, but I think that he laughs awkwardly because he has no fucking clue what just happened. Sorry, kids, fudging clue.
Now, nothing else happens on your journey. You make your way relatively unencumbered. You don't have any, you aren't waylaid by bandits. You don't get tricked by some will-o'-the-wisp into straying into the maw. You just make your way to Sterling Way. Now, there are guards outside. Are you going to approach them, or are you going to try to sneak into the city?
I think Gideon's first step would be to attempt to identify if there are any weaknesses in the, like, an easy in without approaching the guard. So, like, a perception type check.
Okay.
That is
perception, then.
a 13.
13. Maybe you're not sure. You think there's something there, but if you're wrong, you could end up revealing yourself in a very public way as trying to sneak in.
Mm-hmm. I think in this circumstance, my beloved boy with his charisma and dexterity being equal, and his stealth and persuasion modifiers being equal, he is going to, with a politeness to him, not attempting to not look too suspicious, but also not look like some sort of overconfident guy who's not walking around in the middle of the night. Well, actually, I guess I don't know if it's the middle of the night since he's just traveled 3 days, but he's going to walk up to the guards with a non-threatening manner.
All right. Hello, state your business.
Hi there. I am a traveler. I am coming from Ruby Morn, and I need a place to stay because it has been very long since I have slept on a bed that is not cold and hard and surrounded on all sides by danger.
And I just want to, because I know we're trying to keep all this in our head. Ruby Morn is on the other side. You came from Dusk Hollow.
Oh, okay, wait, yeah, because I was thinking he's lying so that nobody...
It's perfectly fine.
Would it look wrong if he's coming from this direction? I didn't even think about that as I was making him say that.
It would, unless you wanted to try to sneak around to the other side.
Okay, you know what? He's just going to say he's from Dusk Hollow. Yeah.
Okay. I would like you to try to persuade this person that all is good and proper.
That is. Oh, thank goodness for my good rolls.
I assume you're. Well, you can. I will
check.
also allow a deception if that's if you prefer to use that.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of on the edge because like he was trying to take the angle of something that is personal to him, and obviously he does not typically sleep on a real bed. I'd sure like to use my persuasion modifier for that one, but yeah, that's because if I'm using my persuasion modifier, that is a 22.
22 will absolutely succeed, and he goes, they still got that crazy statue in the middle?
Yes, sir. I think it's really interesting how the stone is not too heavy for the wood.
Yeah, I never figured that out. I just figured it was some magic crap. You're welcome to come in. As always, keep the peace. Don't get up to nothing. And if you need any help, just flag one of us down.
Thank you very much, sir.
You make your way in. It is a bustling city. It is bigger than Dusk Hollow. Dusk Hollow is a small-ish city. It is an actual city. It's not just like a little town. But it's a small city. This is a medium to large city. It's also very prosperous. There are some very large sort of mansion-type structures put throughout the city. A very large thoroughfare where there's a bazaar going about. This is early. This is probably like 10 in the morning, and already the vendors are out. You can hear the shouting. There's people going back and forth. Is just an absolute chaos of everything going on. Your task is to find this family.
I do have a urchin. I'm looking at my character sheet first. I do have the ability to navigate a city doubly as fast as my speed normally allows, but that doesn't necessarily make me find it any faster if I don't know where to start. I think that Gideon is assuming that he's going to need to take the whole day to figure out his plan, so he's not in a huge hurry. I think he's literally just going to start walking around and trying to figure out if there are any houses that... I don't think it's actually that crazy that a house might have a name on it. Or some sort of family
absolutely
crest.
have family crests, have names, all sorts of things on them.
So I guess that would maybe be perception or investigation.
Yeah, so give me, I will allow either, because this definitely would, because most of the time it's perception, because it's just being aware of what's going on. Investigation is more like doing what you're doing, like checking things out and figuring things out.
Okay, so that would be a 14 if that's an investigation roll.
Okay. So with a 14, you get some gleanings from people of where you think this is, but you know that it's past the bazaar and a little bit past some of the more like formal shopping areas, and then there's sort of like a what they call the Silver Way, which is just this slightly fancier part of town. And as you're making your way towards past the bazaar, you feel something brush your shoulder, and instantly your thinking is somebody's trying to pickpocket me. But then you realize it's actually someone tapping you on the shoulder, but the hand tapping you is just much smaller than your brain was thinking.
I look down.
You look down, and you're looking at the feet of something in a cloak. It's completely obscured in a cloak.
Then I look up.
Then you look back up, and the cloak is pulled very, very far down. There is a long, pointed nose sticking out. And as it looks up, you realize, give me a quick... I will allow Arcana or Survival. Either one. Let's see here.
Well, I have a -1 to both Intelligence or Wisdom, so either way it's a 15.
15 will do it. It's actually fairly well known what this thing is, even with your limited experience. You're looking into the face of an imp. Like a literal imp, which is not something you were expecting to see in the middle of the day, in the middle of a crowded city. And it says, "Hey, you want to buy a magic item?" And it holds out at the side, and you hear a click, 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 click. And that's where we'll end! Chafing Armor, Episode 6. Great job, Izzy!
Whoopee! Wahoo! Yay!
I'm so glad we've gotten to know Gideon a little bit, so that we can get him back into the main campaign. Is there one item that you secretly wish that Gideon had?
I have no idea.
That's okay. I want you to think about that, and you can tell me at the next episode. But before that next episode, if y'all would like to help support us, you can go to patreon.com/chafingarmor and become a member. It's a wonderful place to hang out, see cosplays, see silly videos, and all kinds of extra fun. We want to help y'all help us so that we don't have to do any Casper ads. Thank you for playing, Izzy.
Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Wonderful. And until next time, we will scratch your itch for D&D Adventure.